See you later. We got another baby. So yes, another calf born last night. Well, about 1 o'clock in the morning, she dropped it. I haven't actually worked out what gender it is yet, whether it's a boy or a girl. But I've just come down 10 minutes ago, and she was one side of the barn, the calf was the far side of the barn, so I quickly shut the gate, and I've got him isolated, which means I should be able to tag him safely. I say him, it's probably a her, but we will find out. That's her complaining because she can't get to her baby. But we'll correct that in a minute. Right, tag number 100 178. Should we go find him? Right. That's Mum there. Baby's still on the floor in there, along with the little fella that was born yesterday. That's the calf that I tagged yesterday. That I wasn't worried about, but it was a case of I wanted to see him up and about and walking. Well, he was up and about and walking yesterday afternoon, but I was busy with concrete panels. So he doesn't like that ear tag very much. He keeps shaking his head, which is why the tag is facing out sideways. But he's up, he's sucking, Mum's happy, he's happy. In a minute he can go back out again. So by far the safest way of tagging a calf is having me on this side of the gate. She's not a violent cow, but you just never know. He's only got a bleat. Hello, darling. Remember me? Yeah. You are a sweet little thing, ain't you? Oh, no. See, this is what we don't want, too much bleating, because that can attract attention from somebody else. All right, it's not your baby. You stay down there. All right, man. All right. Okay. We are almost done. Sorted. Little boy. So you can all settle down again now. Yeah, I copped a quick feel before I let him go. It's a little boy. Here you go, Mum. There you go, Mum. Okay. 178. Job's done now, we can leave him in peace. Oh, pliers. I better not lose a second pair, had I? You still have yours. Now she she does get a bit calf proud. So when she has hers, I will be cautious around her. That's it. That's the only time I have to really interfere with the calves now. That's actually a good fit calf. A lot stronger than the one we had yesterday. But then she's a bigger and older cow. So they'll all be okay. But that is a good calf. Right. Put them where they're supposed to be. And go back in there. Don't forget where I put it. Okay, so it was a bit of a late finish last night. I think it was near 5:45 by the time we got the last panel in up in the shed, the top corner there. But and we had to adjust 3-4 of the panels. Like Tim said, he had to order these panels in advance. So he knew he was going to have to cut a couple of them because the ends are slightly different to the sides, and there are corners, and where on this one the panels fit on the outside instead of the inside as usual. So we knew there was going to be some adjustments. So there was a little bit of disc cutter action yesterday, which was a pain because the disc cutter that Tim hired, the spindle in the middle of the saw that holds the blade, was quite worn. So the blade was jumping about everywhere. It was a pain. So, but anyway, he got it done. Panels are now all up. I put the kit away last night just to keep it out of the weather, but we are now going to have to think about what we're going to do with surfacing in here. So the idea with this barn is that I will probably end up using it for muck. Ideally, in some ways you'd concrete it, but if I concrete it, then I have to find a way of draining it and catching any effluent that runs off of it. So I think for the time being, we'll come in here. I'm not going to worry too much about it this year, but I think what we're going to end up doing is once we've got some space in the hay barn over there, the shredder will go back over there. We'll start storing wood chip in here on the clay. And this will probably just be a clay surfaced building for the time being, because that way I can keep wood chip on it. Doesn't matter if I pick up a little bit of clay with a wood chip, and I can put muck on it, because when I'm filling the spreader out of here, I'm less likely to pick up stone and chuck stone or plane-ins or gravel or anything else out in the fields. Better off just keeping it undercover but on the clay for now. So floor levels are going to have to be built up a little bit, so I need to back up the back of these fellows here. So there is still some fettling to do, but like I said, it's not high on the priorities. This is done. Yorkshire boarding we're hoping to do maybe next month. Right now, the story I understand is that Yorkshire boarding coming into the country now is coming from Germany, and it's lower quality and higher priced. But the whisper that we got was next month timber will be coming back in from Scandinavia, which is better because it's closer grained timber and cheaper. So we've decided to take the gamble. Although I'd like to see it finished, we decided to take the gamble for now. We're going to hold off on the Yorkshire boarding for a month, because if I can get better quality at a better price at the cost of a month or maybe 2, I think that's just what we're gonna do. So, okay, right. I actually think I'm gonna get my breakfast at a sensible time today. Window fitters are not in yet. Most of the windows were put in yesterday. We've got the one big door to go in and one big end upstairs window to go in, and a pane of glass. They were a pane of glass short yesterday. So hopefully, touch wood, today windows will be finished. Dave and Andy are back in next week. They're going to crack on with the decoration, because there was no point in decorating it because the plaster was still damp. By the time they get in next Monday, all the plaster is going to be paint dry, so we can paint straight onto it. Shouldn't take long to go over that. And then I think we'll be looking at things like fitting out kitchens and bathrooms and stuff like that. Jensen will come back for a third fix. That'll be once the kitchen's in and the rendering's done on the outside, because we've got outside security lights and security stuff to fit. But that'll be done after the rendering's done, and of course you can't finish the kitchen fit until all the units are in and the tiling's done. But yeah, we are getting there. So the promise we made to mother-in-law was that she would be in her granny flat by Christmas Day. That was the promise. It's going to be tight because carpets are booked to go in. I haven't even had the quote for the carpets yet. So I'm hoping the carpet fitter's coming out on the 20th to measure up and give us a quote for it all. We're kind of stuck with whatever we're doing anyway. I hope he's not watching this, because we've also booked in a date for the 14th to fit the carpet. So 20th of this month to do the fitting, the measuring and the costing, and the 14th of December, which gives Dave time to do any snags or whatever else, to actually fit the carpets. So if the carpet's going on the 14th, we've only got 10 days then to move everything that she wants to bring from her house down here and the mother-in-law in. But 10 days is doable. It can be done. So, Audrey, touch wood, you'll be in. Right, I've got to make a decision whether I can go see my mother today. I've been for this cold for 2 weeks, and no, it's not 2 weeks, it's Tuesday. It's about 10 days since I've seen her. I really want to go and see her. I think if I mask up, I'll be okay today. I'm not coughing so much, I'm not sneezing at all, I've just got a bit of a runny nose and the occasional cough. So Mum, I'm on my way to see you. Well, welcome back world. It is now Saturday 13th of November. Didn't get much done in the way of filming or work at all yesterday afternoon because I had a phone call I had to attend to. So literally minutes after tagging that calf in the barn yesterday morning, I had a phone call from my dad. He was obviously upset, telling me that the mother's home had called him to say that the chest infection that she'd had and that they'd been treating her with antibiotics weren't working, and she wasn't expected to last a day, and could I get myself down there, because his car was in the garage with no brakes, he couldn't get there. It's not the sort of thing my dad would be particularly good at dealing with anyway, so that was why there was no more video yesterday. It's because I basically spent the day with my mother. A couple of hours in the morning by myself, and then in the afternoon Samantha got at me, and well, in fact all of the girls said, you know, do they want me to have some company with her. Emma's got a raving tonsillitis, so she couldn't come into the home. Abby was busy. Holly was at work, although Holly did come home early, but she was in kind of no fit state, so it was just me and Samantha there. And we stayed with her, apart from a few little short breaks out of the room, until she passed at 5 minutes past 6 last night. So not a great day for me, not a fantastic experience, but the saving grace for me was the knowledge that she wasn't by herself. She had her son and her granddaughter with her, and we stayed with her, held her hand, talked to her right to the last minute. So there may be a short gap in videos for a couple of days, because obviously I've got things to sort out. I've got to get my head around things that are going to change now. Yeah, stuff to organise. So there you are. So unfortunately, we've lost our mum. So any of you who enjoy going to church or whatever else, if you could say a little prayer for her, Jean Pullen, wish her well on her way. You know, we spoke to her. I'd already made all my promises to her weeks and weeks ago as to what I was going to do for her. I will keep every single one of those promises. But yeah, it's going to be a couple of days where I'm probably not really going to feel like picking the camera up again. I'm sure you understand. So that's it. That's pretty much all I've got to tell you. Work will still carry on the farm. I've still got jobs to do. Life goes on. Animals still have to be looked after. If I bring the animals back from the other farm, I might video that and share it with you. But it might be a case of the next video you find they're already here and already done. We'll see. We'll just see how I feel. So anyway, folks, sorry to dampen your day, but you know, it's part of life. We're all going the same place. We just don't get to choose the final journey, and her final journey wasn't one I would have chosen for her. Right, enough of that. Thanks for joining us. I look forward to seeing you again very, very soon. I don't know if it's going to be tomorrow, next day, whatever. I mean, by the end of the day, I might just say, do you know, sod it, I'm just going to carry on. I might not. We'll see. Anyway, folks, take care. Have a good weekend. See you soon.